Chapter 9. My first day. So here I was after what happened with Hawks at my side, since he was the one to look after me. Not only that, but he did kinda say he didn't wanted to let me be alone. Who knows what was going into his bird brain. Not only that, but apparently I would have a hero at my side at all time. So in the end I was told Dobby and Hawks including Endeavor and Aizawa will take turns watching over me. Hawks. You exited Feathers? Me. Not really. Hawks. Nervous? Me. No. I am a bit worried. Hawks. Oh come on, everything will be fine. Me. Easy for you to say. You never been labeled as a villain. Hawks. True, but Feathers, we are here to help you get back on track. Me. Thanks. We were on our way to the classroom of 1A and only got there right in time. Aizawa already was waiting for us there, and when we got inside all together the whole class looked shocked. Well duh. Of course they will be shocked. I am a villain even if I hated to say this myself. I did so many wrong things, I couldn't even start describing what I did wrong. It was just so much. Bakugo. The fuck is he doing here? Uraraka. Isn't he a villain? Mineta. He should be in prison. Sue. Why is there a villain here? Ribbit. Aizawa. Silence. They all went silence the moment he said this, and all I could think of was how well trained they were. It reminded me of dogs and how you can train them as well. Aizawa. This is Nezu's idea. If anyone wants to say something against it or complain, go to him. You know, if that wasn't an announcement on its own, he just looked at me and said introduce yourself. Looks like Eraserhead here wasn't a man with a lot of words at all. Hawks. I am Hawks, as you know, and I am here to watch over him. So don't worry, nothing will happen at all. We heroes will take turns watching over him and ensuring that nothing will go wrong. Me. Look at them, I already knew. They all made their own judgment already. There was nothing I could say that would make it any difference. Was it really something I should even interfere? They were not wrong looking at me like that. I was a villain pure and pure, but I also wasn't, since the things I did, I was forced to do them. Me. Ahm. Well, I am Izuku Maido. Bakugo. Deku? The moment I heard my old name being thrown at me, I looked up and saw Bakugo standing there with his mouth dropped down to the floor. Or so it seemed to me. I never saw him with his jaw so wide open. He was definitely speechless, and to top that one off, I saw tears in his eyes. There were there for sure. Me. Ka-chan? Now that I looked closer at the hero in training, he looked like my childhood friend. It can't be. Ka-chan, that you? Oh my god, you really made it into UA. Sure, following your dream. How nice it must be to follow dreams. Bakugo. Where the heck were you? Me. I was. Hawks. Captured. He was captured and used, so he is not a villain if any of you is thinking about it. He was drugged and we only saved him now. So be nice to him and stop glaring at an innocent child who has more hero potential than the most of you sitting here. Hawks here was really protecting me from the people in class. I knew how much danger I could be. I also knew that I had my flaming wings outshone and covering my shoulder. I knew how much pain I brought to them, and yet, I felt hurt seeing how they looked at me. It seems that Hawks did notice that, since he immediately bursted out with a raised voice. There was no doubt that he wanted to protect me, but honestly it felt weird being the one protected for once. Me. Whispering, I am fine, Hawks. Hawks. Bullshit. I can see your wings covering you up and shivering a bit. Me. Aizawa. Sigh, enough with this. He will be here and that is final. Now all of you better like this, or you may as well leave my class. That was all the hero said before the class went silent and looked kinda guilty. Of course no one knew my story. How could they knew about it? I mean, I was forced, drugged and kidnapped basically. There was no one searching for me because my mother never cared to even report me as missing, and now here I was a villain. Great, right? No, not at all. Aizawa. Anyways, get along. This was the only thing he said before going back to his sleeping bag and basically leaving me alone with the class. Of course I got questions after questions, but I didn't feel confident to talk to them for now and started backing away. Hawks did see that and got me out of the room, saying something about the line with he also needs time with me to make sure I would be fine. Well, he was such a great emotional support. I was just happy he was there for me. Me. What now? Hawks. You don't like being there, do you? Me. It's fine. I never was one who likes crowds. Hawks. Feathers. I am sorry for what happened. It's our fault for never getting you out. Me. Him. No. You guys had to capture the love in one way or another after all. This was the best solution and Dobby couldn't know about how I got in since I was there before he joined. Hawks. But we knew that you were under drugs. He reported us back that there was one kid under drugs. We never knew that you were forced to be there. Me. It's fine. I am out now after all. Hawks. Hey, you know, there is a great chicken place around here. You want to try it out? Me. Why not ask Lunch Rush to get you some chicken nuggets? They might be godly. Hawks. How do you know that he is here? Me. Did my own research. You know, it's not hard to find out about that. Hawks. Be honest. Did you ever wanted to be a hero? Me. No. I mean, I did wanted to get into UA but I never thought about which course. Hawks. Well, now that you are here, don't worry about anything anymore. I'll back you up, Feathers. I could tell that he definitely felt guilty about me. It wasn't just him but Dobby too. I could see it each time I spent time with them. They all felt guilty for knowing there was a kid who needed help but never acted since they didn't know the whole truth. Now that everything was out and that they found out about everything, it kinda felt nice being around them. You know, having people who appreciate you and be there for you. It was just something else. Chapter 10. Just a class. After my first day they all let me be on my own except Bakugo. That dandelion made sure that the people would let us be together. He felt more guilty than the heroes. I could see it again. It was just that he couldn't have known it better but the way he tried to get better was nice. Bakugo. Izuku. Be honest with me, how fucking long? Me. How long what? Bakugo. How long were you captured? Me. Oh. Well, I was considered one of the first members of the Love and I do remember fighting you at the USJ building. Bakugo. Were you yourself? Me. No. It's weird but you know Kachan, I saw everything I did but I didn't have control over my own body. Once again, my voice started cracking and getting more and more silently like a whisper. I hated thinking about what happened to me and only because I did these things. It wouldn't define who I was and I wanted people to know that too. Bakugo. I am sorry. Me. For what? You are not respond. Bakugo. I fucking am. We were currently in class and had English when Bakugo suddenly decided to scream. You know it was all right for us to talk since everyone was talking. It was a group work we were supposed to do and discuss something but with Bakugo screaming like that, Mike came over to us. Mike. English. Anything wrong, little listeners? Me. English. No, we were just discussing about the topic but finished early, so we were talking about other stuff. I am sorry for the disturbance. It came natural to me since all I did my whole life while I got shunned away from everything was to actually go and dig myself a place up where I could be alone and not worry about a thing. While I was young, I didn't really had any other place and I found my freedom and also my peace with books. So I started reading everything I got into my own hands. Mike. English. Oh wow. Your English is really good. Where did you learn to speak this way? Me. English. I just got bored while I was young and took any book I could get. Mike. English. Doesn't sound like what a kid would do. Me. English. Well, I didn't really like going out. Late bloomer and everything, so books were my friends. Mike. English. Jesus. Why wasn't I informed about this shit? Me. Mike. English. Okay everyone, let's have some fun and play werewolf today. I mean, it was one way to turn a class over to play a game in English and of course everyone was happy about it. Even though I didn't know how the game was supposed to be or work, I quickly got into it and managed to survive each and every round. It wasn't hard to find the wolves and it wasn't hard to manipulate the others and point out things. Bakugo. Fuck. I mean Izu, you're still doing that analytic shit. Me. MH. Bakugo. You're fucking pointing out too many facts. Iida. You really have a neck for this Midoriya. Me. Yeah, haha, it's a habit. Sorry if that bothered anyone. Momo. Oh no, it's fine. Say, do you perhaps also analyze quirks? Bakugo. This nerd is the fucking best for this. Mina. Can you help me out with mine maybe? Denki. Or mine. Me. Sue. Bakugo. Fuck off. Give him time, he just got here. While I was talking with the class like a normal student, I for once felt like I found a place I could belong to. It really felt nice being together with them, and after that first day they never glared at me at all. In fact, all the while we were talking, I saw a racerhead who was watching this week over me and Mike talking to each other, and when I focused on the conversation listening in, smiling to the others, I could hear some things. Mike. He has such a sad story, don't you think so? Aizawa. He is getting better, Zashi. Mike. But it leaves scars, show. Aizawa. I know. Don't worry, this class will get him back on track. Mike. MH. Hawks and the Todorokis as well. Aizawa. True. This was all I could hear coming from them before I had to focus on my surrounding again because someone just hugged me from behind and didn't let go of me. I felt cold and hot from the touch, and that gave the person away. Me. Shoto, what are you doing? Shoto. You're mine. Me. Him. Bakugo. Get fucking off him. Shoto. No. You just want him for yourself. Kirishima. True Baku bro. You spend all the time you get with him instead of us, your friends bro. Bakugo. So what? Iida. Both of you should let go of him. Bakugo. Don't fucking interfere. Explosion sounds. Shoto. Shut it. Momo. Oh, look at these two being protective. Uraraka. Kinda cute, aren't they? Jiro. I agree. Me. Guys, I am no one's. Now Shoto, can you please let go of me? Shoto. Only because you asked. Me. Why did you even do this all of the sudden? Shoto. Felt like hugging my brother. Bakugo. Who you calling fucking brother? Shoto. Oh, it's obvious, Mr. Pomeranian. Me. Shoto, I am not your brother though. Shoto. Only a matter of time. Bakugo. Forget it. My old hag gonna adopt him. Me. About duh. Shoto. Nope. My father will. Hero takes it first. Bakugo. Don't fucking care. Shoto. You'll. Me. Guys. Shoto plus Bakugo. What? Me. Hawks already adopted me. Shoto. That dumb chicken? Bakugo. Let me grill him. Just like this, a whole new conversation started to spark up. This time it was about how they would get me to join their families. It was rather funny to listen to them, but it was also too much for me, and so I joined the conversation with the girls and talked about other stuff with them. You know, it felt kinda nice to just be able and talk with people. Chapter 11. Another sport festival? God, why? You know, when everything turns south when you are in an arena and chaos is everywhere. Flames covering the whole thing up, people screaming around for help, and the smell of blood being everywhere. Where did it turn wrong? What happened here for it to end like this? I don't know, but what I knew was that it was too late. There was no hope on being the brave hero like everyone wanted it to be. This time they needed a rule breaker, and if killing wasn't the answer here, then so be it. If the people wanted to cast me aside, then go on. I didn't care anymore. I was happy at UA, but something went wrong. I don't know where it started in order for this to happen and the arena to look like this, but it all did. Flashback brought to you by an announcement coming from a sleepy caterpillar. I was in class, and it's been a whole month I was already here. Since my integration into the class was a success, Hawks and Dabi as well as any other hero didn't have to watch over me anymore. I was said not to be any harm, and honestly, why would I want to harm anyone? There was no reason for this at all. I never wanted to be a villain too. I just became one without even having the choice for it, but this was my choice. The heroes gave me a second chance and I took it. So of course I was enjoying my freedom here. It was either this or prison for what I could tell. Of course they didn't said it, but where else would they place me if not prison? I was known to be dangerous and the public wouldn't have left them any room for discussion at all. Now back to the presents. I was actually sitting at an auditorium. Not only was Class 1A here but also 1B, the support course and the Gen Ed class. It was weird for all the first-year classes to be here. However, as I was thinking about why we were here, Nezu came in, including all the teachers. Nezu. You may ask yourself why I called you all here. Well, to put it simple, we will be hosting a second sport festival so we can announce some good news. The Gen Ed course was looking at each other while discussing if they should give it their alls and get into the hero school. The support course was of course already discussing which person to pick to make support gear for or if they should join themselves and show off what they had. As for the hero class, well, they were just looking at each other. One class versus the others. There was tension going on. Nezu. We want to announce the success of our rehabilitation program but also show the world that we are stronger than ever after the threat of the love was eliminated. End of Flash Black, brought to you by Izuku, looking around in disbelief. I still remembered how I got here. But the thing was, we were never prepared for what awaited us there. Me. Hawks. Hawks. No. Don't come closer, Feathers. Me. But, Hawks. Don't. Dobby. Izu. K. Hawks. No. That's what they want. Me. If they want me, then so be it. Thanks for giving me the chance. Flashback, brought to you by a panicked Hawks. I spend my days together with Hawks training. It's been so long that I actually flew at high speed, and the whole last month and well up to the sports festival Hawks was trying to get my wings back to be as strong as they should. So I worked hard to be able to keep up speed with him as well as cut through angels. It all paid off and we were happy together. The time I spent with Hawks was honestly some of the best time ever. He really felt like a big brother too. Hawks. Show them what you got. Me. MH. I will get first place, just watch me. Hawks. I know you can do it. Just show them what you got, Feathers. Me. I won't disappoint you. That was the moment we arrived and he had to go back to his seat while I had to go and be with my class. It was normal and nothing was going on. They all were prepared for a fight, but I could also tell that we would pull up some kind of teamwork too. It was just the way Class 1A was thinking that made me believe that. Shoto. You ready? Me. MH. Momo. There is no need to be nervous. We've been how this already and it's just. Mina. Fun. It was honestly fun. Denki. I agree. Jiro. You guys are idiots. Iida. It's starting. Let's go and show them what we have in us, Class 1A. This was how we went out for the first exercise, but the moment we got out everything went wrong. It was the moment each and every class was outside, that all of a sudden, the sky started to get dark and we had so many nomus above our heads. What was worse, was that it started to rain fire and portals started open up everywhere. It was just pure chaos. We were all focused to save the people, save ourselves and protected ourselves as well. This wasn't just simple task to do. The heroes in the stadium reacted immediately, but it was just too much for everyone. In midst of that, I saw Kurogiri and Shigaraki. They somehow escaped and here they were. Me. No. End of Flashback, brought to you by Izuku, giving up everything. It was the moment that the love showed up that I knew what was going. This was planned, but this was so precise that there had to be someone who informed them. Well, there was someone, and that someone was Aoyama and Hagakure. These two went over to the love and started laughing at us while helping to kill and destroy everything. There was no time to chat or plan. We all had to do what we had to do to save and survive. Chapter 12. One Last Chance. You know when they say a monster is not born to be evil but made to be evil? I was that monster, and it seemed that this was my place in life. There wasn't really anything that was protecting me from being it. In all this chaos, Hawks tried to save people, but the Nomus all had a fire quirk. His wings were wooically reduced to nothing. Dobby and Endeavor as well as Shoto were trying their best as a family team, but the Nomus were heat resistant and the ice couldn't bother them at all. From my stand of view, there was nothing the heroes could do. I saw the people getting slaughtered in front of my eyes. This was just ruins, nothing was left to do. This was over and that was for sure. Shigaraki. Ha 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 ha, I told you. You can never escape me, Izuku. Now get back here. Me. I knew it was the last chance they had. I knew this would save people's life, but I was too selfish. I wanted to live. Was it so bad that I wanted to live? Did I had another choice though? They had Dabi and the class as well as Hawks and any hero who helped me out in their hand. If I wanted to be different, then a sacrifice had to be made. My quirk was simple, but there was one thing I knew in theory about it. It could be my only serving option. I knew about it and yet I didn't wanted it. Me. I am sorry. This was all I could say while starting to walk to the love. Did I hear the screams coming from behind me telling me not to go? Yes I did. But what could I do else? There wasn't really something I could do. There wasn't anything left at all for me to do. I mean, I could hear them scream and I could hear the people's agony. It hurt to hear them suffer. I knew better than anyone how precious time and life is. Now seeing the people die because of me made me just feel horrible. I knew that this wasn't my fault, but it felt like it. To make it worse, I knew I had to do something. I knew I was the only one who could stop this madness, and so I started to walk up to the villains, giving up my future, my life, everything. Me. Thanks, but I am sorry. I opened my wings and knew that the flames around me were nothing for me. I could not only resist them, but I thought if I would be able to absorb them, then I could save them all. I didn't wanted to get back into their control and kill people. I didn't wanted anyone to get in trouble because of me, and if this would kill me, then so be it. There was another option, and that was for me to die and for Endeavor and Dabi to spark my flames up again. It was just a theory I came up because my flames didn't only protect me, but I could heal myself, and this was how I got rid of all the drugs poison out of my system. I am sorry. Thank you for everything though. I am truly glad and thankfully for the chance you all gave, but I can't. People are getting hurt because of me again. I can't do this. I can't take this anymore. I already hurt too many people. It's enough. No more. With that result in my mind, I opened my wings and jumped into the air, taking off completely. If I was about to absorb all the flames that were around us, then I wouldn't want to be on the ground where the heroes and the people I wished and wanted to protect. I would yawnel why hurt them if I would be there. Me. Take care and thank you. That was all I whispered to the wind as I got higher into the air, ignoring the screams of my name. The moment I was completely up in the sky, I opened my wings and started to abs rob TJE flames. It was a lot to take in, and I knew that it would be too much for me. Never did I encountered a drawback until now, and who knows what even my drawback was. Now was the time to find out anyways. It hurts. I can't. This hurts. This is too much. It's so hot. I can't. Still, even though I felt hot, the pain of burning alive and being bursted into pieces, I hold on to it. This was the last thing I could do for them. To them who showed me kindness, to them who saved me and showed me the world, to them who accepted me for being me. The more I absorbed the flames, the bigger the flame layer around my wings started to become, and before I knew it, I had another layer below my wings. They looked like feathers that were attached to it, but also like spikes. It was an extension to my own wings, but it was too much for me. I knew that while I was doing this, the hero could kill the Nomus, since they all were made to withstand my quirk, not theirs. Now that I took away the most important thing from them, how could these beasts continue to fight the heroes? There wasn't a chance. I hope this will help you. Thank you for kang me in. Thanks for being there for me. Thank you Hawks, Dabi, Shoto, Endeavor, Kachan. I will never forget you. My quirk erupted into flames as it was too much for me to handle, and an explosion manifested as a result up in the sky before I started to fall down. I didn't scream. I couldn't do this. I wanted to, but nothing came out of my mouth as the pain was already numbing. Was this the end? Maybe. I really didn't know, and I didn't care anymore. This was the best thing I could do for them. With a smile on my face, I closed my eyes while I started to fall down from the sky. I felt so peaceful like never. It was the first time I felt as if I have done the right thing here. Be safe. I will never forget all of you. Thank you. I hope to see you in my next life. Chapter 13. Over? Third POV. It was the moment that Izuku took all the flames away that the heroes had a chance to approach as well as kill the Nomus. Shigaraki as well as the traitors and Kurogiri could be apprehended since there were a lot of heroes inside. No one thought that the one kid who was killing a lot of people and feared by so many as a monster would actually save them by sacrificing himself. The moment everyone heard an explosion, they looked up to see the whole sky lighten up. Hawks. Izuku. No. Dabi. Shit. Class 1A was too focused on saving their own asses, but the moment they heard the screams coming from the heroes, they looked up as well to see a boy falling down with wings that are black and ashes coming from them. Needless to say that Bakugo as well as Endeavor started to use their quirks to get into the sky to grasp the small green kid. The only thing was, that his body was cold as ice and his breathing wasn't there anymore. He was already gone. Endeavor. No. With the kid in his arms, Endeavor landed in front of everyone and looked around. The people who got saved thanks to the sacrifice were all there watching what was happening. Everyone was looking at them. Everyone wanted to see the kid wake up, but nothing happened. Bakugo. Damn Deku, wake up. Nothing. Hawks. No. My feathers. No, don't do this to me. Again nothing. Dabi went over to his father and took the kid from his arms. He was the one who had the most guilty feelings about this. It was him who saw the kid suffer. It was him who hurt the child to not blow his cover, and it was him again who knew about everything since the love was rather talkative, but he didn't do anything to the point of this kid's breakdown. Dabi. I am so sorry. Endeavor. It was his choice, son. Dabi. This can't be it. It just can't be. While Dabi as well as the people knowing this Greenette, even if it meant for a bit, started to shed a tear, it was Dabi who lost control over his quirk, or so it seemed. Dabi. No. I refuse to believe this is it. He used his own flames around him as he wanted to spark the child's quirk again. There was nothing more than wanting to see the child wake up. He felt cold, unnaturally cold for someone who just died and was indulged and surrounded by flames. It was just so weird that the hero believed there was more to this. Shoto. Tuya, it's over. Dabi. I refuse to believe this. And he was right. As much as he was putting in flames, the kid's body heat started sparking up again. It was just for a second, but there was a small flame around his wings. No one noticed it at all as they saw Dabi having a mental breakdown right there. Hawks. No, he is right. This isn't over. He needs heat. Bakugo. He is fucking dead. What do you want to save? Hawks. No, he is not. Didn't you see the flames around his wings? It was a small hope the hero gave them all. It was the hope of waking their savior up. Everyone knew if this kid didn't sacrifice himself, then there wouldn't be a tomorrow, and that was clear to everyone. If this kid didn't do what he just did, a lot more people would have died, and all the survivors knew that. He wasn't evil. He wasn't a monster. For them he was a true hero and an angel who came to save them. Or so he looked to them in that moment. Hawks. Please. Trust me. Don't give up hope now. Dabi. I won't. Shoto. Neither will I. Let me help you. Bakugo. I'll join. He doesn't fucking deserve this. Endeavor. I agree. Everyone who had some kind of fire quirk came up to use it on the kid who they put in the center of the arena. Hawks was there praying for his little brother or son to wake up again. He wanted to see the kid smile since he never saw someone smile this genuinely like this kid. It was something about the kid that made him want to protect him from himself and everything else. Endeavor used his flames on the kid while hoping for the poor Greenette to wake up again. He knew that if this kid would die, then his son would suffer more than anything else. His death would stain the consciousness of Dabi, and that was no guessing but a fact everyone knew. As a father he didn't wanted this to happen, and so he did give his all to put the maximum volume of heat into his flames. Dabi and Shoto did the same thing and hoped for the small Greenette to wake up again. Even Bakugo used his explosion and his gauntlet to release a huge explosion on the kid. They all hoped that Dabi and Hawks were right. However, after minutes of doing this, nothing happened, and after 5 more minutes they were all seeing black. There was no hope in doing this at all. The kid didn't wake up and so they stopped one by one. Hawks. No. Dabi. Shoto. Brother? Bakugo. Wake up fucking nerd. Endeavor. Tuya, it's not your fault. Dabi. It is. I could have saved him. He didn't had to be labeled as a villain at all. This was all my fault. It was only now that everyone saw the sky getting darker. The heat and explosion the kid let out in the sky provoked the clouds to start raining, and before they knew it, it started pouring down hard on them. Everything was over. Still, they all were still there looking at the kid, and no one dared to say anything at all as thunder could be heard. It was a day they surely won't forget. The day a hero and a savior came to them. He didn't had to do this, and yet this child had the right mind to do what needed to be done to save so many peoples, and that was something everyone knew. Still, the loss they suffered was too much, and everyone was sad and needed the minute of respect they owed it to Izuku after all. Chapter 14. No, this is far from over. I woke up hearing the sound of thunder and I felt cold. It was so dark and I felt so cold. Pain was all over my body, but the moment I heard the thunder again, my eyes slowly opened and I felt the rain on my heavy body. I couldn't move at all. I felt too heavy. It all felt surreal. Was I dead? Was I alive? Who knows? Me. Cough, cough, cough. My lungs felt as if they were burning and I had to let go of some coughs, but it was that moment that I immediately felt someone grabbing me in their hands. It felt warm and cozy too. It was for a second that I saw a face, it hard violet trades on it. Dabi, is that you? I am so tired. I saw their lips move, but I felt so tired that I gave in and just slept for who knows how long, but the next time I woke up, I was in a room and in a soft bed. Not only that, but there was this warm light above me. It was one that was used for hatchlings and other reptiles to get them the warmth they needed. For me it felt just right. Hawks. Nice to see you back, Feathers. Dabi. You damn scared me. Me. Hawks, Dabi? Looking at them, I could tell that both of them cried, but there was relief washing over their faces. Me. Am I dead? Dabi. No, but you died. Me. I see. You guys brought me back to life. Hawks. Never, and I mean never do this again, Feathers. Me. Dabi. Come on, K. Let him rest. He needs it. He was right. I needed it, and the moment they both let me rest, I immediately fell back asleep. The next time I woke up, I saw Shoto around my bed and he smiled at me but also used his flames around me. I could tell he wasn't so used on them, but he definitely used them more than his ice side now. Me. Shoto. Shoto. Don't die again. Me. I got it. Shoto. Do you need more heat? Me. That would be nice. Shoto. Gotcha. You know, normal people would just turn the heater on or that lamp above me, but not him. He just decided to stop his shirt and get into bed with me, letting me lean against his hot side. It felt really nice, and I didn't care at all about this, but apparently some did, because Dabi and Hawks came in questioning him. I heard ITHE conversation but couldn't quite make out what they said as I was back in La La Land to recover. It took me weeks to actually wake up again and feel refreshed and alive. After all these weeks I had a lot of Hirores coming over watching me, as well as making sure the love wouldn't come to get me again. From what I got, Shigaraki and everyone was arrested and they didn't had anyone left out, and this time they were actually caught and locked up for good, or so they said. Hawks. Feathers. Me. Yeah? Hawks. Come and get some Dino nuggets. Me. Coming. After I recovered again, I started living with Hawks, and surprisingly Dabi moved in. I never really realized it, but Dabi and Hawks were a thing, and they both took me in because of how guilty they felt. Oh well, it was not as if I was mad at them or that I was actually making them pay for it, but I was sure enjoying the company and all the attention I got. Not only that, but I was also about to return back to Class 1A. It was close to the end of the year when I joined, but it was actually enough for me, and I was excited to be back because there were actually some exams coming up where I could even get my very own provision license. Hawks. You ready to get back? Me. I think so. Dabi. Shoto is annoyingly asking for you. Me. He is cute. Dabi. You like him? Hawks. They sure would be cute. Me. No. I mean, I like him as a brother but nothing more. Dobby. I got it. The same goes for him. He has. Well, a weird way of showing his brotherly love. Hawks. Really? Dobby. He did once even put me in an ice bath and decided to join me because I had a fever and needed to take one. Me. What? Hawks. Wow. Dobby. Don't ask. Hawks. Welp. They are all waiting for you to return. Oh, and the people you saved are rooting for you. Me. How do you know that? Dobby. We got a small room filled with fan posts to a certain fire bidry. Me. Oh, wait, for real? Hawks. They really like you. Me. Wow. I never thought that they would accept me after what I did. Dobby. How couldn't they? You saved them. Hawks. I agree. Only a fool would still hate you. Besides that, Nezu did make an announcement clearing your name from the LOV. Me. Really? What happened while I was out? Dobby. A couple of things actually. Hawks. Nothing to worry. We got everything in our hands. You just concentrate to get your license and we will be waiting for you. Dobby. You will be a great hero. Hawks. I agree. I even bet you will be the next number one. It was as they said. I was far from done with my life and I had the choice and the power over my own life. Of course I was my own person now too, and I would do the most out of it. Life is short and one never knows when it comes to an end. Why not make the most of it then? I knew how precious time was, and so I never was hesitating. If I was about to do something, then I would do it to the fullest with my heart and mind in sync. This was what I came to in conclusion. It was something I decided to do and I would see to it, till the end. One day, yes, one day I would be a hero knows for what I do. I will be one of the great people like Hawks, Dobby, Endeavor, Eraserhead and All Might. I would be one of them together with the hero course. They were great people after all. Yes, one day I would be there. Just wait and see. _end_. A.N. Thanks for reading this story, and if anyone asked. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks again for reading, listening it.